Assalamu alaikum. My name is Iman Salim. I'm from Department of BS Biotechnology. My presentation topic is data interpretation of GCMS. My ID is 015. First of all, what is data interpretation? Data interpretation refers to the implementation of processes through which data is reviewed for the purpose of arriving at an informed conclusion. The interpretation of data assigns a meaning to the information analyzed and determines its signification and implication. Data representation of MS. Mass spectrometry produces various types of data. The most common data representation is the mass spectrum. Types of MS. Certain types of mass spectrometry data are best represented as a mass chromatogram. Types of chromatograms include selected ion monitoring SIM, total ion current TRC, and selected reaction monitoring SRM, among many others. Other types of mass spectrometry data are well represented as a three-dimensional contour map. In this form, the mass to charge ratio mz is on the x-axis, intensity the y-axis, and an additional experimental parameter such as time is recorded on the z-axis. You could clearly see in this graph that I explained the mass to charge ratio is on the x-axis and the intensity is on the y-axis. This is a mass spectrum of peptides showing the isotopic distribution. Data analysis. Mass spectrometry data analysis is specific to the type of experiment producing the data. General subdivisions of data are fundamental to understanding any data. Many mass spectrometers work in either negative ion mode or positive ion mode. It is very important to know whether the observed ions are negatively or positively charged. This is often important in determining the neutral mass, but it also indicates something about the nature of the molecules. Different types of ion sorts result in different arrays of fragments produced from the original molecules. As we know that an electron ionization source produces many fragments and mostly single charged radicals, whereas an electrospray source usually produces non-radical quasi-molecular ions that are frequently multiply charged. Tandem mass spectrometry purposely produces fragment ion proposed source and can drastically change the sort of data achieved by an experiment. Next is mass spectral interpretation. Mass spectral interpretation is basically the method employed to identify the chemical formula, characteristic fragment patterns, and possible fragment ions from the mass spectra. Mass spectra are a plot of relative abundance against mass to charge ratio. It is commonly used for the identification of organic compounds from electron ionization mass spectrometry. The organic chemists obtain mass spectra of chemical compounds as part of structure elucidation and analysis is part of many organic chemistry curricula. We can clearly see in this graph that the mass spectrum for the TMS trimethyl silyl ether of brassicastral can be seen in this figure. That in this figure, the molecules has a hydroxyl OH group. It is frequently bound to other lipids, including cholesterols. Most analytical methods therefore utilize a strong alkali KOH or NaOH, potassium hydroxide or sodium hydroxide to quantify the ester linkages. Typical extraction solvents include 6% potassium hydroxide in methanol. The free sterols are then separated from the polar lipids by partitioning into a less polar solvent such as hexane. Before to analysis, the hydroxyl group is frequently derivatized with BSTFA. BSTFA stands for bis-trimethyl silyl trifluoroacetamide to replace the hydrogen with the less exchangeable trimethyl silyl group. Instrumental analysis is frequently conducted on gas chromatograph (GC) with either a flame ionization detector (FID) or mass spectrometer (MS). Next is mass spectra generation. Electron ionization is a type of mass spectrometer ion source in which a beam of electrons interacts with a gas phase molecule M to form an ion according to the equation that gives a molecule gives an electron to produce ion. The superscript plus indicates the ion charge and the superscript indicates an unpaired electron of the radical ion. The energy of the electron beam is typically 70 electron volts and the ionization process typically produces extensive fragmentation of the chemical bonds of the molecule. I will explain the high vacuum pressure in the ionization chamber. Due to the high vacuum pressure in the ionization chamber, the mean free path of molecules is varying from 10 centimeter to 1 kilometer. And then the fragmentations are unimolecular processes. Once the fragmentation is initiated, the electron is first excited from the site with the lowest ionization energy. Since the order of the electron energy is non-bonding electrons, pi bond electrons and sigma bond electrons, the order of ionization preference is non-bonding electrons is pi bond is greater than sigma bond electrons. Next is peak in the mass spectrum. Peaks are of three types: base peak, molecular peak, and illogical peaks. First of all, the base peak. The base peak is defined as the peak in the mass spectrum with the greatest intensity. The peak corresponding to the molecular ion is often, but not always, the base peak. Identification of the molecular ion can be difficult examining organic compounds. The relative intensity of the molecular ion peak diminishes with branching with increasing mass in a homologous series. In the spectrum for toluene, this is the spectrum for toluene. The molecular ion peak is located at 92. This is the base peak on the 92. And mass corresponding to its molecular mass. Molecular ion peaks are also often preceded by M1 or M2 peak, resulting from loss of hydrogen radical or dihydrogen. In the following graph, the mass spectrum for toluene has around 30 peaks. These base peaks result from the spectrum normalization consisting in selection of the most intense signal, which is assigned the 100% value. In relation to it, percent intensity is assigned to each signal, which represents the relative percent abundance of each ion fragment. Next, I will discuss the molecular peak. The molecular peak is the parent peak, which corresponds to the M plus radical molecular ion in pure compounds. This is the one that has the largest easily identifiable MZ ratio. The existence of the molecular ion in the spectrum allows accurate determination of molecular mass in certain compounds. The molecular ion is not present because it is very unstable and molecular mass cannot be determined. Electron pair cations resulting from fragmentation of the molecular ion are usually more stable than the molecular ion and have hence greater abundance. Next is illogical peaks. The difference between the predicted molecular mass and the immediately falling fragment mass must correspond to the elimination of hydrogen atom, mass 1, or 1 CH group, mass 15. There are no fragments of masses between 3 to 14 and 21 to 25 mass units. A smaller difference between those limits indicates that either the sample is impure or that greater mass peak is not the molecular peak. Next is molecular formula determination. Nitrogen rule, Ring's rule, even rule, electron rule, Stephen's rules, rule of 13, and isotope effects. First is nitrogen rule. The nitrogen rule states that Nitrogen rule states that organic molecules that contain hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, and halogens have an odd nominal mass if they have an odd number of nitrogen atoms, or an even mass if they have an even number of nitrogen atoms are present. The nitrogen rule is true for structures in which all of the atoms in the molecule have a number of covalent bonds equal to their standard valency, counting each sigma bond and pi bond as a separate covalent bond. Next is Ring's rule. From the degree of unsaturation principles, molecules containing only carbon, hydrogen, halogen, nitrogen, and oxygen follow the formula. The formula for Ring's rule is rings plus pi bonds is equals to U is equals to C minus H by 2, X by 2 minus N by 2 plus 1, where C is the number of carbons, H is the number of hydrogens, X is the number of halogens, and N is the number of nitrogens. Next is even electron rule. Even electron rule states that ion with an even number of electrons, cations but not radical ions, tend to form even electron fragment ions, and odd electron ions, the radical ions, form odd electron or even electron ions. Even electron species tend to fragment to another even electron cations and a neutral molecule rather than two odd electron species. Next is Stephen's rule. The more stable the product cation, the more abundant the corresponding decomposition process. Several theories can be utilized to predict the fragmentation process, such as the electron octet rule, the resonance stabilization and hyperconjugation, and so on. Next is rule of 13. The rule of 13 is simple procedure for tabulating possible chemical formula for a given molecular mass. The first step in applying the rule is to assume that only carbon and hydrogen are present in the molecule and that the molecule comprising some number of CH units, each of which has a nominal mass of 13. If the molecular weight of the molecule in question is m, the number of possible CH units is n, and the formula which corresponds with this is mass divided by 13 is equal to n plus r divided by 13, where R is the remainder. The base formula for the molecule is CnHnR plus R, and the degree of unsaturation is U is equals to N minus R plus 2 divided by 2. A negative value of U indicates the presence of heteroatoms in the molecule, and a half integer value of U indicates the presence of an odd number of nitrogen atoms on addition of heteroatoms. The molecular formula is adjusted by the equivalent mass of carbon and hydrogen. For example, adding an For example, adding nitrogen requires removing CH2 and adding O requires removing CH4. Next is isotopic effects. Isotopes peaks within a spectrum can help in structure elucidation. Compounds containing halogens, especially chlorine and bromine, can produce very distinct isotope peaks. The mass spectrum of methyl bromide has two prominent peaks of equal intensity at mass by m by the 94 molecule mass and 96 m plus 2, and then two more at 79 and 81 belonging to the bromine fragments. When compounds only contain elements with less intense isotopic peaks, carbon or oxygen, the distribution of these peaks can be used to assign the spectrum to the correct compounds. For example, two compounds with identical mass of 1500 Da, C8H12 N3 plus and CnH10O2 plus will have two different molecular peaks intensities, which makes it possible to distinguish between them. Next is fragmentation. What is fragmentation? The fragmentation pattern of the spectra, beside the determination of the molar weight of an unknown compound, also suitable to give structural information, especially in combination with the calculation of the degree of unsaturation from the molecular formula when this is available. Neutral fragments frequently lost are carbon monoxide, ethylene, water, ammonia, and hydrogen sulfide. Fragmentation process. There are several fragmentation processes as follows. First is alpha cleavage. Fragmentation arises from a homolysis process. This cleavage results from the tendency of the unpaired electrons from the radical side to pair up with an electron from another bond to an atom adjacent to the charged site, as illustrated below. You could see in this diagram that the radical ions, a radical site is paired up with an electron from another bond of an atom. This reaction is defined as a homolytic cleavage since only a single electron is transferred. The driving forces for such a reaction is the electron donating abilities of the radical sites. Nitrogen is greater than SO pi by Cl bromide, and an example is the cleavage of carbon-carbon bond next to the heteroatom. In this depreciation, single electron movements are indicated by a single-headed arrow. Next is sigma bond cleavage. The ionization of alkanes weakens the carbon-carbon bond and ultimately resulting in the decomposition. As the bond breaks, a charged even electron species R plus and a neutral radical species R are generated. Highly substituted carbocations are more stable than non-substituted ones. For example, you could see in this structure that CH3 releases an electron, the bond breaks and gives an electron, and this structure is formed. Next is inductive cleavage. This reaction results from the inductive effect of the radical sites as depreciated below. This reaction is defined as a heterolytic cleavage since a pair of electrons is transferred. The driving forces for such reactions are the electronegative atoms of the radical sites, halogens, oxygen, sulfur, nitrogen, carbon. This reaction is less favored than the radical site reactions. Rearrangements. Mac-Lafferty rearrangements. The Mac-Lafferty rearrangement can occur in a molecule containing a keto group and involves beta cleavage with a gain of gamma hydrogen atom. Ion neutral complex formation involves bond homolysis or bond heterolysis, in which the fragments do not have enough kinetic energy to separate and instead reactions with one another like an ion molecule reaction. Next is hydrogen rearrangement to a saturated heteroatom. The 1/5 hydrogen shift causes transfer of one gamma hydrogen to a radical site on a saturated heteroatom. The same requirements for Mac-Lafferty rearrangement apply to hydrogen rearrangement to a saturated heteroatom. Such rearrangement initiates charge site reaction, resulting in the formation of an odd electron ion and a small neutral molecule such as water or acid. For alcohols, the heterolytic cleavage releases a water molecule since the charge site reactions are dominant in the less bulky alcohols. The reaction is favored for alcohols as primary, secondary, tertiary. Next is double hydrogen rearrangement. The 1,5 hydrogen shift causes transfer of two gamma hydrogen to two radical sites on two different unsaturated atoms. The same requirements for Mac-Lafferty arrangement apply to double hydrogen rearrangement. This reaction is commonly observed for the unsaturated functional groups, which are thioesters, esters, and amides. Next is ortho rearrangement. The 1,5 hydrogen shift causes transfer of two gamma hydrogen to two radical sites on two different unsaturated atoms. The same requirement for the 1,5 hydrogen shift occur between proper substituents in the ortho portions of the aromatic rings. The requirement for McLeod rearrangement apply to ortho rearrangement except for the strong alpha beta carbon double bonds. Such rearrangements in this diagram, these such rearrangements initiates charge site reactions, resulting in the formation of an odd electron ion, and a small neutral molecule such as water is or HCl. This reaction can be utilized to differentiate ortho from para and meta isomers. McLeod rearrangement applied to double hydrogen rearrangement. This reaction is observed for three unsaturated functional groups, namely thioesters, esters, and amides. Next is retrodies aldehyde reaction. This reaction occurs mainly in cyclohexane and its derivatives. On ionization, the pi electrons are excited and generate a charge site and with a radical site. Following this, two successive alpha cleavage yield a butadiene radical and a neutral ethene, since ethene has a higher ionization energy than butadiene. This is Stevenson's rule. Next is reversion reaction. This reaction occurs mainly in four-membered cyclic molecules. Once ionized, it produces a dystonic ion, and then further fragments to yield an ethene radical ion and a neutral ethene molecule. Next is qualitative and quantitative analysis. Mass spectrometry is particularly important to organic chemistry because it allows acquisition of information about the composition and particularly about the structure of molecular compounds. Mass spectra provide data for structure and assessment, fragmentation being performed by semi-empirical rules serving to the study of the unknown compounds. The identified molecular ion must correspond to spectrum ions produced per loss of fragments. High intensity of the molecular ion indicates stable molecular structure. A multiplet in the molecular ion areas indicates the presence of a specific isotopic structure heteroatoms such as silica, sulfur, chlorine, and bromine. The proportionality of the intensity of the signal with the analyte amount allows the use of mass spectrometry in quantitative assays. For this purpose, internal standard methods are used. As standard, a compound similar to the analyte is employed, provided that the ionization produces easily to monitor ions. Different from those of the analyte, as analytes, similar chemical compounds such as a deuterated isotope or analog, whose ionization produces easily to monitor ions, different from those of the analyte, can be employed. The resolution. The definition of resolution in mass spectrometry expresses this value as m divided by delta m, where m is the mass of the ion of interest and delta m is the peak width, or the spacing between two equal intensity peaks with a valley between them at 0.5%, 5%, 10%, or 50%, full width at half maximum of their height. Dissolving power in mass spectrometry is defined as the ability of a mass spectrometer or measurement procedure to distinguish between two peaks at m divided by z values, differing by a small amount and expressed as a peak width in mass units. The resolving power of a mass spectrometer diminishes when the mz increases. Depending on the type of analyzer, the resolution is some thousand for low resolution mass spectrometers, ion trap or quadrupole, to a several 100,000 for very high resolution mass spectrometers, Orbitrap, FTICT. The resolution for an ion within 4 protons is shown in this graph that at low resolution the peaks are overlapped. This is for the TQ or ion trap. This is for the TQ or ion trap. And this is for orbit trap. This is for FTICT. Next is scan rate. The scan rate of a mass spectrometer refers to how fast it scans the mass spectrum. It is expressed in frequency Hz. That is to say, the number of mass spectrum can be performed in 1 second. This parameter is important for chromatography applications where the mass spectrum must be scanned faster than the elution time of the chromatographic peak. At least 3 mass spectra have to be performed to define a chromatographic peak. Generally, the scan rate is inversely proportional to the resolving power of mass spectrometer with exception of TOFMS. Next is mass accuracy. The mass of molecule or the mg of an ion is generally expressed as a monoisotopic mass, molecular mass. Mass accuracy is expressed by ppm, parts per million. It is an important parameter for determining and identifying molecules in HRMS of small molecules. The error in mg determination will typically be the fourth decimal place. From the accurate mg of an ion, one can use software tools to calculate its possible elemental compositions. The number of hits from such a calculation depends on the mg value, the number of elements considered, and the most mass accuracy achieved. High resolution is an important criteria for mass accuracy, but it is not the only parameter. The mass accuracy depends on many factors such as the stability of mass spectrometer, temperature, internal and external calibration conditions, mathematical equations. These are some errors, and this is the number of hits. Next is mass range. The mass range refers to the range of mg from the lowest mg to the highest mg. It is worth to know that in a range of mass to z-axis, the ion with different are not transmitted at the same performance. Generally, the ions at the beginning and at the end of the mass range are poorly transmitted. Next are applications. Applications includes the isotope ratio MS, isotope dating and tracing, membrane introduction, mass spectrometry, measuring gases and solutions. Trace gas analysis, atom probe, pharmacokinetics, protein characterization, space exploration, respired gas monitor, preparative mass spectrometry. Next, first of all, I will discuss the isotope ratio of MS, isotope dating or tracing. Mass spectrometer is also used to determine the isotopic composition of elements with a sample. Difference in mass among isotopes of an element are very small, and the less abundant isotopes of an element are typically very rare, so a very sensitive instrument is required. These instruments, sometimes referred to as isotope ratio spectrometer, usually a single magnet to bend a beam of ionized particles towards a series of Faraday's cups which convert particle impact to electric current. A fast online analysis of deuterium content of water can be done using flowing afterglow mass spectrometry. Probably the most sensitive and accurate mass spectrometer for this purpose is the accelerator mass spectrometer. This is because it provides ultimate sensitivity, capable of measuring individual atoms and measuring nucleoids with a dynamic range of 10 raised to power 15 relative to the metastable isotope. Isotope ratios are important markers of a variety of processes. Some isotope ratios are used to determine the age of materials. For example, in carbon dating, labeling with stable isotope is also used for protein quantification. This mass spectrometer to determine the O16 and O18 ratio on biogenous carbonate. Next is membrane introduction mass spectrometry, measuring gases in solution. Membrane introduction mass spectrometry combines the isotope ratio MS with a reaction chamber cell separated by a gas permeable membrane. This method allows the study of gases as they evolve in solution. This method has been extensively used for the study of the production of oxygen by photosystem II. This is the structure of cyanobacteria photosystem II in the form of dimer. Next is trace gas analysis. Several techniques used ions created in a dedicated ion source injected into a flow tube or a drift tube. Selected ion flow tubes and proton transfer reaction are variants of chemical ionization dedicated for trace gas analysis of air, breath, or liquid uh, headspace using well-defined reactions time, allowing calculations of analyte concentration from the known reaction kinetics without the need for internal standard of calibration. Next is atom probe. An atom probe is an instrument that combines time of flight, mass spectrometry, and field evaporation microscopy to map the location of individual atoms. Next is pharmacokinetics. Pharmacokinetics is often studied using mass spectrometry because of the complex nature of the matrix, for often blood or urine, and the need for high sensitivity to observe low dose and long time point data. Mass spectrometry is the most common instrumentation used in the application is LCMS with a triple quadruple mass spectrometer. Tandem mass spectrometry is usually employed for added specificity. Standard curves and internal standards are used for quantitation of usually a single pharmaceuticals in the sample. Uh, in animal studies, the approach is SESI, secondary electrospray ionization, can reduce animal sacrifice and in humans. SESI MS non-invasive analysis of breath can help study the kinetics of drugs at a personalized level. Next is protein characterization. Mass spectrometry is an important method for the characterization and sequencing of proteins. The two primary methods for ionization of whole proteins are electrospray ionization and matrix-assisted laser ionization, in keeping with the performance and mass range of available mass spectrometers. Two approaches are used for characterization proteins. In the first, the intact proteins are ionized by either of the two techniques and then introduced to a mass analyzer. This approach is referred as top-down strategy of protein analysis. This strategy approach is largely limited to low throughput single protein studies. In the second, proteins are enzymatically digested into smaller peptides using proteases such as trypsin or pepsin, either in solution or in gel after electrophoretic separation. Next is space exploration. As a standard method for analysis, mass spectrometers have reached other planets and moons. Two were taken to Mars by the Viking program. In early 2005, the Cassini-Huygens mission delivered a specialized GCMS instrument aboard the Huygens probe through the atmosphere of Titan, the largest moon of the planet Saturn. This instrument analyzed atmospheric sample along its descent trajectory and was able to vaporize and analyze sample of Titan frozen hydrocarbon covered surface once the probe had landed. This is a landed look at NASA's Phoenix Mars lander. NASA's Phoenix Mars lander analyzing a soil sample from the Rosie Trench with the Tega mass spectrometer. These measurements compared the abundance of isotope of each particle comparatively to Earth's natural abundance. Next is respiratory gas monitor. Mass spectrometers were used in hospitals for respiratory gas analysis beginning around 1975 through the end of the century. Some are probably still in use, but none are currently being manufactured. These are found mostly in the operating room. They were a part of a complex system in which respiratory gas samples from patients undergoing anesthesia were drawn into the instrument through a valve mechanism designed to sequentially connect up to 32 rooms in the mass spectrometer. A computer directed all operations of the system. The data collected from the mass spectrometer was delivered to the individual rooms for the anesthesiologists to use. Although the mass range was limited to slightly over 120 U, fragmentation of some of the heavier molecules negated the need for a high detection limit. Next is preparative mass spectrometry. The primary function of mass spectrometry is as a tool for chemical analysis based on detection and quantification of ions according to their mass to charge ratio. However, mass spectrometry also shows promise for material synthesis. Ion soft blending is characterized by deposition of intact species on surfaces at low kinetic energies, which precludes the fragmentation of the incident species. The soft landing technique was first reported in 1977 for the reaction of low energy sulfur containing ions on a lead surface. Next is next applications of MSA are environmental monitoring and cleanup, criminal forensic law enforcement, sports and doping analysis, security, chemical warfare agent detection, chemical engineering, food, beverages, and perfume analysis. I will discuss one of them as medicine. Dozens of congenital metabolic disease, also known as inborn errors of metabolism, IEM, are now detectable by newborn screening tests, especially the testing using gas chromatography, mass spectrometry, GCMS can determine compounds in urine. Even in minor concentration, these compounds are normally um, not present but appear in individuals suffering with metabolic disorders. It is now possible to test a newborn for over 100 genetic metabolic disorders by urine test at birth based on GCMS. In combination with isotopic labeling of metabolic compounds, the GCMS is used for determining metabolic activity. Most applications are based on the use of carbon-13 as a labeling and the measurement of carbon-13 bound by carbon-12 ratios with an isotopic ratio mass spectrometer. An MS is a detector designed to measure a few select times and return values as ratios. By concluding GC and MS, I will discuss that GC and MS are useful tools for chemical analysis, especially when used together. An attorney can present an effective attack or defense of GCMS evidence with a basic knowledge of the analysis process and insistence on documentation of important indicators that may affect GC and MS results. At the minimum, a technician must process standard samples before and after analyzing a specimen in question. In litigation, an adverse party should seek hard copy output, including system conditions. Finally, no analytical technique produces results that are completely without doubt. An effective advocate should always seek of GCMS results. Its concise, efficient, automated system gives fast, reproducible, and effective results that have a key role in advancement of science and technology. This is versatile analytical technique could be explored for better prospects in future. That's all from my side. Thank you.